Good morning. Reed here, back at Orchestra Farm. I don't know why, I just started laughing in my head. You know, it's a funny thing about laughter. I actually don't laugh out loud all that often. There's a story to that. It wasn't really a story I was planning on telling you as I was walking down here either. But a quick version of it is that I think I was in 7th grade, and I got into a lot of odd things in school. And in that grade, I decided I'm going to teach myself how to just not laugh out loud at things. That way, like, you know, this whole an emotional shield kind of a thing. Like, if people don't see me offering emotion, then there's fewer attack vantage points. Yeah, you know, school was kind of like that when I was a kid. Anyway, since I've been an adult, I've been, okay, let's remember how to laugh. And I got all kinds of funny ones. One of my favorites is based off Ernie from Sesame Street. It's hilarious. My kids crack up when I do that. Anyway, that's not what I was thinking about as I actually was driving into work today. But what I am thinking about is how in the past, when I was really the one primarily organizing this space here, I had these wonderful events called the Best Day Ever. And it was not a work party in the traditional context. And I also want to say, hey, thanks for showing up here today, and thanks for coming by. It's nice to have you with me, witnessing this walkabout. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe to it. I do this on a twice-a-week basis. And also, I got other curious things that happen on my channel. Feel free to check those out if you're into curious oddities. Anyway, with that, the Best Day Ever was a space for us to come and like play farm games, as in doing, you know, mulching, weeding, planting, whatever has to happen on the farm, but at a pace where it's really honoring to your body and your spirit, and with the recognition of, you know, all the different life forms that we coexist here with. I brought up this concept of an eco-psycho-social system in the past, and I was really aiming to help this place develop in that way, as a place where people could even just like, sometimes it's important to just lie down on the earth, to watch the clouds, to listen to all the birds. I hope that you're able to hear those. It's particularly nice this morning. And with that, you know, in a similar kind of vein as forest bathing, but a completely different focal point, to mindfully connect in with all these different life forms. You know, if your hands are in the soil, to acknowledge, like, you know, the massive myriad numbers of different organisms that are there and how we rely on them. I don't think I just want to point out I finally cleared up around this hickory tree here, and let's just check this out. So do you see this little node point here? All the way up here. I don't know how well we're able to get it, but that's closing in on 2 feet worth of growth. Let the camera angle there. 2 feet worth of growth. Let's see. Here's the point down here. Look at that. That's amazing. I'm super excited about hickory. I've never had it before. I probably won't eat it from this tree or any of the other ones I grow. Whereas, you see the light green topping right about there? So that's a pecan. It's almost double the height. Top growth on it is out of control this year in a great way. And when COVID took place, the farm really shut down because of the ownership structure, and it really hasn't been the same since. But those gatherings were so lovely. We had somewhere between, you know, 7 people on the low end to an average of 15 people show up, from kids to adults. And I'll just show you that's still here every day. And on the biggest day when we were doing a potato harvest, we had, I think it was close to 80 people come. and play the game of harvesting potatoes, which was a ton of fun. Oh, the ground here is looking really wet. That's good. Kind of concerned that this area was drying out a little bit, but nope. Anyway, so finally decided I'm going to start doing that again, with the nuanced difference of I'm going to do it at my home. I'm going to do it where I can have as many people show up as I feel like having over. And so I sent out invitations for that. I think I've got a few more I need to send out. It's hard to it's not hard to remember everybody per se, but when I'm going through my different social things, they don't just bring up the people that should be there. They give me all these people who don't live anywhere near me. Because I've traveled so far and around in my life, I have a lot of people that I know. But this notion of connection reveals possibilities seems to be what we call that, like a tagline or an overarching premises for the different pieces that I'm holding and what I want, how I share with others, and what is of value. Because one curious thing is, without connection, it's actually really hard to see what all the potentials are. And the potential is just another word to say possibilities. Whereas once we have those points of connection and we allow the both reflective nature along with the interesting piece of plastic in there. Okay. It's a little cone. The reflective nature, the ability to talk through things or discuss, take place. A whole bunch of new ideas can happen. Insights can take place. You can see kind of around the corner of different things. And that is so powerful and potent. And it's definitely part of why my life has taken all its varying turns and twists and such. And to create different spaces for this to take place. And I mean that not just in the human realm, but in the realm of, all of the rest of the web of life. That's why I consider myself an animist, because I feel like I'm actually engaged in, let's call it conversation, with the more than human world, and the potency that that's brought forward for me is something I will hold. Maybe that's I don't think it's the right word, but anyway, but forever, as long as I'm around. And I wanted to share that with you today, both to say that, it's this weekend, but by the time this video airs, it will have already happened. The best day ever where I'm living. If you're interested in that, though, and you'd like to hear more about it, definitely drop a comment in this video, and I can get some more information to you. I'm working on getting a email list together, and I'll have some more information about this event, along with a bunch of other things that I'm either have been working on, am working on, or are, I guess those are kind of the two things. That's so funny. And I'm looking forward to sharing all that with you. So let me know what you think about your relations and how they play out, and that notion of connecting with others on the earth. Super interested to hear. With that, I hope that you all have really great days out there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing to the channel, and have too much fun.